Welcome to this presentation. In this presentation, I will do a quick review of Aditya Birla Sun Life IPO, which is around the corner. Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC is promoted by Aditya Birla Capital, which is part of a well-known industrial group of the country, and Sun Life AMC, which is a Canada-based investment firm. This IPO will be the fourth by a domestic mutual fund AMC. Currently, HDFC AMC, Nippon India AMC, and UTI AMC are other listed players in this space. The basic objective is to provide you the facts so that you can make an informed decision in this regard. Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC IPO is an important landmark for the mutual fund industry in the country. The IPO opens on 29 September and closes on 1st October. The issue is entirely an offer for sale. The face value of shares is rupees 5. The issue size at the upper price band of rupees 712 is rupees 2,768 crores. The bid lot is 20 shares and multiples thereof. There is a reservation of 5% of the issue size for Aditya Birla Capital Limited shareholders, ABCL shareholders. Net of this reservation, the QIB portion is 50%, non-institutional portion is 15%, and the retail portion is 35%, amounting to about rupees 920 crores. For 1x subscription of the retail quota, 6.5 lakh applications are required. For an idea, Paras Defense, which had very high grey market premium and fancy among investors, garnered about 36 lakh applications from the retail. If we go by this yardstick, Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC may see a 5 to 6 times subscription. However, the number could be lower because Paras commanded an exceptional premium, which may not be the case in this case. The IPO is entirely an offer for sale and there is no issue of fresh shares. The promoters are offering about 388 lakh equity shares in this OFS. Out of this, only a meager amount of 28.5 lakh equity shares are being offered by Aditya Birla Capital and the rest are being offered by Sun Life AMC. Following the IPO, the total promoter stake in the AMC, which is 100% at present, will come down to 86.5%. Subsequently, the company has 3 years to meet the SEBI norm of minimum 25% public float. There is a 5% reservation for ABCL shareholders in this IPO. This amounts to about 19.44 lakh equity shares. The reserved quota is for individuals and HUFs who hold at least one equity share of ABCL in their demat account as on 22nd September. This reservation was not part of the DRHP but subsequently found a place in the RHP. As a result, there has not been much fresh buying of ABCL shares to avail of this offer. Some terms used in context of AMCs. AMC or Asset Management Company is a firm that pools funds from investors and undertakes the responsibility of investing the funds across various asset classes with some stated objectives. In this case, it is in various categories of mutual funds. An AMC's income comes from the management fees it charges for the scheme it manages. The AMC works under the trustees and is also answerable to SEBI. AUM for an AMC denotes the market value of all the funds being managed by it at some point of time. AAUM or average assets under Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC is a joint venture between Aditya Birla Capital, part of the Fortune 500 group, and Sun Life AMC, which started in 1994. Sun Life is a Canada-based investment firm and operates in several countries. ABSL AMC is primarily the investment arm or investment manager of Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund, the registered trust under the Indian Trust Act. Currently, Aditya Birla Corporation Limited, that is ABCL, holds a 51% stake in the AMC, while the Canada-based Sun Life holds the remaining 49%. Following this IPO, total promoter stake in the fund house would fall from 100% at present to 86.5%. Majority of the dilution is by Sun Life, and ABCL is diluting a very small portion of its share. Aditya Birla Mutual Fund is country's largest non-banking affiliated fund house. When we say non-banking, there are mutual funds like SBI, which have banks to support them. Same is with HDFC. UTI and Nippon are other non-banking funds. So it has assets of more than 3 trillion as of July 2021. Since its inception, the fund house has established a diversified pan-India distribution network which covers 284 locations spread over 27 states and 6 union territories. As on June 2021, the company managed 118 schemes of mutual funds, which comprised 37 equity schemes, 68 debt schemes, 2 liquid schemes, 5 exchange traded funds, that is ETF, and 6 domestic fund of funds, which invest in other mutual fund schemes. Let's have a look at financials of the company. If we see, its revenue did not show a jump, rather it declined from the period 2019 to 2021. But in this quarter, ended June 2021, the revenue has shown a good jump on a YOY basis. And the revenue growth has been at almost at 30%. EBITDA margins over the years have been steady and have slightly improved. So has the net profit. There is a significant jump in EBITDA and net profit for the quarter ended June 2021. This has been witnessed in other AMCs also. At the upper end of the IPO price of 712, based on 2021 results, the PE is about 39. If we analyze the first quarter results of this year, then the PE being asked is about 33.1. The market cap which Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC is demanding is about 20,000 crores. Some salient points about Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC. It manages total 112 schemes, out of which many have recorded a superior performance compared to industry averages. However, the performance of its closed-ended equity schemes has not been good. It also manages 6 domestic fund of funds. The company's flagship schemes in the equity are Aditya Birla Sun Life Frontline Equity Fund, and in the debt segment, it is Aditya Birla Sun Life Corporate Bond Fund. Both these schemes have enjoyed good performance and rank among the top schemes in the respective mutual fund category in the country. The corporate bond fund is the third largest bond fund in India in terms of its quarterly average AUM. 13 of its top-ended schemes accounted for 64% of its quarterly average AUM and have outperformed peers under the 10-year annualized return horizon. The AMC has been doing a good work in B30 cities. B30 cities are the next lot of cities after the top 30 cities as defined by SEBI. It has a market leading position in B30 cities. Its monthly average AUM in these cities was rupees 447 billion for June 2021 period. Its share for monthly average AUM for B30 cities as compared to its total monthly average AUM on June 30th, 2021 was second highest among all the five largest AMCs. Further, individual monthly average AUM, that is one that is accounted by individual account, increased from 19.32% to 27.3% in the period from 2016 to June 30th, 2021. Though overall Aditya Birla Sun Life Limited does not have a very good share of equity-oriented schemes, but it has better share in the B30 cities, and this share has increased the share of equity-oriented monthly average AUM. It has increased 24.51% from March 2016 to 28.82% as on June 30th, 2021. Its market share of monthly average AUM for B30 cities on June 30th, 2021 was 8.3%. Here is a quick peer comparison of the company with other leading AMCs. SBI AMC is the largest AMC by AUM. It has regained this position in recent years due to aggressive selling of its scheme through its bank. HDFC AMC and ICICI Prudential AMC, they are nearly of the same size and they vie for second or third slot alternatively. Fourth slot is occupied by Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC, and Kotak Mahindra AMC has jumped to fifth spot. It's also due to its banking channel, followed by Nippon India AMC, then Axis AMC, and finally UTI AMC. So Aditya Birla AMC controls 8.32% of share of the total mutual fund business. If we look at its share over the year, it has declined from 10% in 2016 to 8.32% at present. SBI AMC has shown an increasing trend in its share. Kotak has also shown an increasing trend in its share. And Axis Bank has also shown an increasing trend in its share. Others have more or less lost their market share. Now a peer comparison on valuations. PE wise, Aditya Birla AMC is in the middle. While HDFC AMC enjoys a PE of 50, Nippon Life AMC enjoys a PE of 38.5. The recently listed UTI AMC, maybe due to its government overhang, enjoys a PE of only 25.5. So Aditya Birla AMC is coming at about 34 to 35 PE, which is not very reasonable, but still okay. So IPO is fully priced, but not stretched based on price to earning ratio. Another yardstick that can be used for comparing this IPO with other listed AMCs is ratio of market cap it will command to the total AUM. So it's a percentage of market cap to AUM. For ABSA AMC, this ratio is 7.2%. So it is priced at 7.2% of AUM. This appears reasonable. UTI AMC is also priced at similar valuation, while Nippon AMC and HDFC AMC, they are priced at higher valuations on this count. There are some concerns regarding this IPO. Any underperformance of investment products of the AMC can lead to loss of investors and can affect the business as it gives the AMC a bad name. We have seen in the past that there are various creditors associated with the debt portfolio, as it has happened with DHFL case, ILFS case. There has been considerable erosion of investor wealth, and the AMC reputation also has suffered. Company's market share as a percentage of total mutual fund industry's AUM has been showing a downtrend. This is not expected to improve also, as many new AMCs are coming into this field. And banking channel is absent for Aditya Birla. There can be regulatory risks with SEBI coming up with cap on fees and commissions, sometimes with recategorization of schemes, cap on fund expenses. Further, there is intense competition in this field with total 44 AMCs operating at present. And new entrants and AMCs are sometimes more aggressive, and some have access to banking channels. If we look at the AMC business, mutual funds are an under-penetrated market in the country. Mutual funds are now getting investor attention as a means to beat inflation. Mutual funds started in the country in 1961 in form of UTI, but took many years to gain investor attention. And it was only in the 1990s that some more banks like SBI, PNB, they started offering mutual funds. AMC industry overall is on a high growth path, and given the under penetration in the industry, there's a long way for it to go. SIPs have become very popular among the investors. In case of Aditya Birla AMC, SIPs accounted for 41.7% of company's total equity-oriented mutual fund AUM and 34% of total individual investor mutual fund AUM as on June 2021. The company's outstanding SIPs have also more than tripled in the period from March 2016 to June 2021. This has led to a rise in its share of SIP AUM from 25.7% in March 2016 to 41.7% as of June 2021, which is higher than the industry share of 31.4%. Assessment: Aditya Birla's AMC individual investor monthly average AUM has grown at a good pace of 18.38%. Most of the growth has come in this quarter. In earlier years, the growth has not been good. So it looks it's also a factor of market condition. The company is fourth and sometimes the fifth largest player in terms of market share among the top 10 AMCs. Its individual investor monthly average AUM mix increased from about 40% in 2016 to 47% in 2021, which is the second highest among the five largest AMCs in the country. The individual investor folios also more than doubled from 2.93 million to 7.07 million, which represents 7.13% market share of investor folios in the country. The fund house posted a profit after tax of 155 crore in first quarter of the current fiscal, which showed a big jump of 59%. Asset management as such is a asset-light business, and as the volumes pick up, there can be good operating leverage. Aditya Birla AMC has been around for many years and enjoys the backing of reputed Fortune 500 industrial conglomerate, the Aditya Birla Group. There are good tailwinds for AMC business as mutual fund gains traction among the investors and the penetration increases. Now on the flip side, for this AMC, the share of equity segment is 37%. Equity segment is the most profitable segment as one collects more charges on this segment. This is lower than the industry average of 41%. This is impacting profitability of Aditya Birla AMC. Aditya Birla's profit after tax as a percentage to its AUM is just 20 basis points against 25 to 30 basis points for Nippon and even higher for HDFC AMC, like 35 BPS. Non-bank AMCs like Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC face stiff competition from bank-sponsored AMCs, which have access to banking channels. Even as there is an open architecture framework among private banks, the ground situation is different, and those with a bank have an advantage. Company shares of bank in equity mutual fund distribution is only 12%. Further, AMC business is cyclical in the sense that it performs poorly during bear phases of the market and performs quite well during bullish phases. The increase in popularity of low margin products like ETF and index funds has reduced the profitability of mutual fund industry. To apply or not, I intend to apply in Aditya Birla AMC IPO. May give moderate listing gain. In my view, the downside, if any, is quite limited due to good prospects for the industry, good tailwinds, reasonably large size of AUM of the AMC, which results in better operating leverage. If there is a good response to IPO, allotment is likely to be 1:5 or 1:6 in the retail category due to relatively good issue size. Some thoughts on listing. Listing price is determined by a plethora of factors, fundamentals, speculative forces, changes in industry dynamics, market conditions at that point of time. It's bit early as subscription figures for Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC are not in, nor we have data regarding anchor investors. We only know that the AMC is commanding some little premium in the market. In recent past, we have seen that GMP is losing its ability to significantly determine the listing price. Example is Car Trade, Krishna Diagnostics, and many others. Even the recently listed Sansera was not commanding much premium in the grey market. I expect Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC IPO to stand its ground even if the market shows some signs of small weakness. A larger weakness will have a negative impact on the price and the market price can dip below the issue price. When UTI AMC IPO came for listing, it was demanding a PE of 25x against 33 to 36x by Nippon and HDFC AMC respectively. It listed at a discount. Subsequently, led by good performance, change in market segments, it's now commanding same PE of 25x but almost double the price now. While in case of Nippon and HDFC, the PE ratio itself has expanded to 38.5x and 50x respectively, showing that market is in a bullish phase. Thus, market sentiment plays a big role. Given the significant potential in mutual fund industry in the country, This company IPO holds promise. If markets are relatively stable, I would expect a 5 to 15% uptick on listing for this IPO. Among the listed players, HDFC AMC may continue to lead the pack in terms of valuation, and I am not very keen on retaining Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC as a portfolio stock for the long term. Thank you.